evening. This is Mary Joseph coming live from Hamilton. I'm a licensed immigration advisor with AJV Services. We call ourselves the AJV Education and Migration. So we are based here in Hamilton. We are based in a small little town which is about 2 hours from Auckland. All those people who have been following our channel would know that we are 100% New Zealand owned and operated business, and we promote New Zealand's education and migration pathways to people all around the world, migrants who are hopeful to come and seek various pathways to basically move to New Zealand. Could be single, you could be fresh out of college, you could be a high schooler, you could be someone who's in the age bracket of 40 to 45, in looking at a change, looking at moving your family to a safer destination, because New Zealand is one of the world's most safest destinations, corruption-free country, and clean, fresh, and they're more. It's basically. It's fresh. I'm sure you would have seen the pictures. In fact, there are a lot of movies back in India as well that are shot here in New Zealand. So it's a picturesque country. So it's like you're coming to a country which is like a picture. Postcard perfect country. So yeah, so that's what it is about New Zealand, and we are here promoting the country for the love of the country. Okay, because we absolutely amazingly love this country, and we'd like good quality, high quality, skilled immigrants come into the country through various pathways. We have various pathways available. Whatever you're eligible for, we will put it on the platter for you, and it is for you to choose which suits you best, considering time, money, efforts, and all that put together. So you can see I'm in black today. Normally I'm in my casual wear, but today I decided to go black to wear. And to begin with, happy Independence Day to all my Indian brothers and sisters and not so brothers and sisters of mine as well. So all my friends, happy Independence Day. I hope you guys are having a good holiday back home. My family and I have moved to New Zealand, and it's not so much of a significance here, but we do remember this day quite importantly also because it's my father-in-law's birthday. So that's another special reason for us for today. And so it's quite important for us as an Indian, so we know how important this day is. Anyway, so my team is off today. Okay, I don't have I normally have an entire army to support me. Today we just have 2 people from my team. At the moment I have my boss Arun Jacob, who's also a licensed immigration advisor. I'm sure a lot of you are his fans and watch his videos often, and also follow this. So he's online to support me, and I've got another team lead, Sai. Looks like his wife has not given him any work, so he's available online to support us as well. So yeah, so I just have 2 people, but then I think we're good to go to get started. So some ground rules for the session. All you AJV students, if you're coming in to ask me questions, ask away, but please start and mention that you are, start with mentioning that you are an AJV client. Mention your name, mention your advisor's details. But if you're going to ask me about the visa updates, I may not be able to readily give you that today. Also, considering INZ is closed, so there is no new updates as such available. So if you're going to ask me about visa updates or offer letters, I may not have that in hand. However, I will ensure my team members get back to you tomorrow about that. But if you're asking any other questions about the process, about how is life here in New Zealand, how to get to whatever your goal is, you feel free to ask me any of those questions, right? If you're a non-AJV client, simple blind rule, you have to give me your number, your contact number, because my team is not around. The only way we can reach out to you is if you leave us your number. I will have to skip all those questions who do not have phone numbers. Okay, so let's hopefully today being a holiday back in India, that's where most of our viewership is from. Hopefully a lot of people will come online and ask questions. So without further delay, let's jump into them. And as I said, I have Sorry, I had to just peep into my phone to quickly check if there's any message. By the way, Sai wants me to tell to all the audience here that he's not married and he's single and he's ready to mingle. He's based in Hyderabad, if that helps as well in terms of geolocation. Okay, so that's what it is. Sai is one of our team leaders based in Hyderabad. He's been one of with us quite a long time. I think almost 6-7 years, and he's also visited New Zealand last December. So he's got first-hand information. So any of you would, want a call back immediately, let me know. I'll pass on the message to him. Brilliant. Before I go ahead and give immigration advice, I am supposed to declare my license number. That is the rule by the Immigration Advisors Authority. So here's my wallet card, and my number is 2018011050. You can go up on the IA website and check for my license, whether we're authentic or not. I mean, authentic, you can find in other manners, but what is more important is we are friendly and frank. That's what we call ourselves. We are friendly and frank licensed immigration advisors. We will not give you any BS. So that's important. Okay, we'll give you whatever it is. So it's up to you to decide whether it's going to be good for you or not. Okay, right. So let's move on with the questions. So the first comment I see is actually from one of our clients, O'Neill. He's probably one of the most what do you say, enthusiastic client we have. He ensures that he comes in every single live session of mine and Arun. I mean, he's done this process. In fact, he's a resident here, but he still comes every week after week. He comes online, and it's amazing the kind of support all our clients give us, and O'Neill is one of them. Thanks, O'Neill. Thank you so much. And I will read out this comment as well. O'Neill says, AJV is the best and only way to migrate to study the study pathway. Thank you so much, O'Neill. Thanks for keeping your faith in us, and I hope your family is well. Right. So moving on, the next question we have. I see some of my team members have come in on. Guys, looks like you don't have anything to do on a holiday. I see Radhika, I see Ambali. You guys are coming online. I think you guys need to come back to work, probably half a day. Yeah. Okay. So so the first question is from Maddie Court, who says, "Hello, Mary. Hope you're doing well. I couldn't thank you earlier. The query you answered, I want to thank you and appreciate your answer, which you elaborated. Thank you. So I'm glad that I've been helpful. I mean, these sessions are mainly for you AJV students, to be able to take well-informed decisions. That's very important. I have seen, sadly enough, now that we have a office in Hamilton, we that's the first ever office we've ever had in the world. So otherwise the rest of the team actually worked from home very, very efficiently, no doubt about that. So we've got an office in Hamilton, and I have every single day people walking into my office stories about. In fact, today, I shouldn't be taking a name of this particular client, but he was through another agency. He came to New Zealand, and he was basically calling me to find out, saying that every single time he's trying to come into the country, he's been stopped at the airport because his visa, according to the system, says it's a single entry, whereas the visa says it is printed as multiple entry. So it's been more than a year he's in New Zealand. Twice he's traveled abroad, and he's now planning to go again for a trip. And he tells me, Mary, I called my agency and they said they can't do anything about it. I mean, that is so silly. It is that is, I think it's the lack of knowledge. It is because people do not understand how these things work. It was as simple as to contact the immigration office and tell them to change it in the system. So that simple advice the agent could not give. So you guys must understand that means they have a gap in understanding. There was another guy who walked in today into our office and said he's actually from Brazil. He is coming for a Master of Arts by Research. Okay, he's coming through a licensed advisor, sadly enough, from Brazil, and he came in and he is doing a thesis program, whereas he's only got 20 hours work visa on his allowance on his visa, whereas because he's doing a Masters of Research level 9, he's eligible for unlimited work rights. The advisor did not probe into this. He could have checked with the university, the college, if he was eligible and if it was a master's degree. So this guy walked in and he said, you know what, I've got an employer who's willing to sponsor me, and can you help me get a work visa? I said, what course? And when I started to investigate, I realized that this guy is actually eligible for unlimited work rights. Sadly, the advisor has no knowledge about this. And that guy for the past 6 months has just been working 20 hours without knowing that he's got unlimited work rights. So it is important, guys, that you work with somebody who's knowledgeable. Just having a license is not important. Just being in the industry for 20, 30 years is not important. Having the knowledge and be able to get that information and give it to you is more important. Even if suppose you ask me a question and if I don't know that, I know where to knock. I know whom to write to get that information. I will not wash off my hands and say, hey, you know what, I don't know. That is not. In fact, we are in the same building as Immigration New Zealand here in Hamilton. We have so many people who come there, and unfortunately, Immigration New Zealand does not meet people. So they all, trickle in and eventually come to our office. Such simple information which they could get online, they're unable to get because they don't have proper people to guide them. Okay, please work with the right people, guys. This is a sincere advice. Please work with the right people. Only then you guys will be able to get continued support. None of our students struggle to get forms. None of our students struggle to know where to apply. Because we guide them through till they get their resident visas, or permanent resident visas, even citizenship for that matter. There are our clients who even call Arun now 20 years later, not 20, 15, 16 years later. They call for advice to buy a home because they're building a new home and things like that. So that's what it is, guys. Okay, so that's how far our relationship can go. So please think twice before making a choice of who to work with. Right, so let's move on. The next question is from Anthony Richard Hanold. He says, how can you help me? I work in Dubai. Anthony, I see that you have not mentioned your phone number. However, what I would recommend you to do is the first, we do not help people to find employment directly here in New Zealand because we are not equipped for that. However, what I would recommend you to do is to send your CV for an assessment. We will check to see if you qualify for any other pathways like resident pathways. If you're eligible, I can assess and come back to you. So you can email it to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. So if you could send your email, if you're married or if your spouse as well, I will assess and come back and suggest options for you. Okay, so please do send your CV, Richard, and we'll be able to help you further. It's immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Okay, right. Next, we have quite a few people joining in. That looks good. Okay, so we've got someone. Okay, we've got one more question. It's from Amandeep. He says partnership tourist visa processing time. Okay, partnerships right now are the most delayed categories of visas at the moment. It could take about 6. In fact, I was just looking at the latest, trend. So INZ has just almost finished processing March applications who submitted in March this year. So count from March. It's going to be April, May, June, July, August. Take about 5 to 6 months. Okay, please be prepared. Going to take 6 months and above. Also, because partnership visas are not a priority category visas for IELTS, because they want students to be able to make it here on time, because people invest a lot of time in. But then just because a student gets a visa, it's not 100% that the spouse has to get, or it's not by default that the spouse has to get. So you guys will have to be prepared in advance. If you're looking at a further intake, apply together. You'll have to work with us for you guys to understand these things and have this knowledge, because what we are doing right now is we are trying to file all spouse visas along with the student, not to wait, because the student itself is going to wait for 4 or 5 months, and then you apply for the spouse. She's just going to lose out on 4 or 5 months. Instead, apply with the student, and only a licensed advisor can put the application in as a group application. A non-licensed person cannot do that. So you will have to work with someone who understands how a group application works. However, student application is processed separately, and the spouse is and child is assessed separately, because there are two different teams that assess. However, putting it together, the timelines is something that will be a very close match. So please work with someone who understands these things. Okay, so that's what will be my recommendation. Aman, if you have still not applied, please talk to us about it. Okay, you can send me an email directly, because this will be processed by my team here. So you can send an email to immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. Also, please be aware, a lot of people have been declined visas recently for providing very, very weak partnership documents. Imagine waiting for 6 to 7 months and then your visa gets declined. This is, one of the most pathetic things. So all our applications are basically coming through positive, is because even though they're taking time, we have put in an application. So I have seen that an application is being assessed within a day of allocation to a case officer. That's because that's how spot on we put applications. If you've got weak documentation, we will put in advocacy, we will put in proper explanations. I'm telling you, it's pathetic the way some of the advisors are putting in applications. I had another Nepali student who was a non-AJV student who had come to us. Such, and this is someone that who's been in the industry for a very long time, this advisor, and he's just not put in enough documentation, though the Nepali couple had way more documentation, which was completely ignored. So you guys will have to talk and understand whether this person has the knowledge. You will have to do your bit of research on that. Okay, so please be very, very careful. The next question is from Lohit Kotian. Lohit says, is it compulsory to work as a manager? I've done postgraduate diploma in business administration to show relevance in my job while filing. I am doing a postgraduate diploma in business administration from AIS, and I'm currently coordinating with Aniket. Interesting. So you're looking at a PG diploma in business from AIS. Okay. Now this is a very, very okay, this is a very, very what do you say, common question that has been asked. It's about should I be working as a manager? Should I be a manager um to be able to get a job? Like, for example, if you do a graduate diploma in business or a bachelor's of business or a level 5 or level 6 in business, a lot of people, this is, I think, probably a kind of a misunderstanding in the community, especially with the students who do business, that, oh, you know what, I need to be a manager only. Okay, now not all skills are in a higher skill level. There's something called ANSCO, and it's too confusing if I'm going to explain to you all that. However, you will need to you need to get a job at skill level 1, 2, or 3 to apply for a resident visa with a certain salary. Okay, it doesn't mean that if you are in a lower skill you will not be able to, but the salary bracket is different. Okay, so it is best if you can find a job in skill level 1, 2, and 3, because you need only salary 25 per hour for that. Okay, however, please note that not all positions you need to have a managerial position. In certain roles only. For example, customer service manager is only skill level 1 and 3, but customer service representative is skill level 4. Okay, so there are only certain roles that are like retail buyer is skill level 2. Okay, then you've got sales technician, so who sells power and electrical products, they're skill level 2. So it doesn't matter. Sales, marketing coordinators are skill level 1. Okay, so what I'm saying is, you will need to discuss about this, Lohit. Okay, what I would recommend you to do is just basically take up a business course, generic business course, come here, try and find yourself a job, and at whatever salary threshold at that point in time is required, you could please talk to us about it. And if you're working with AJV, then definitely there will be guidance on that. So what we tell our students, basically we tell them, go and find yourself a job, get a foot through the door with any company, doesn't matter what position. Once you get the salary threshold, meet the salary threshold, come and talk to us, and we will tell you whether this is enough or not. Okay, that is the way we are taking this forward at the moment. So I hope you continue to work with us, and we will guide you through once we reach here. Okay. So nothing to worry about it at this stage. Just take up the graduate diploma, you will be fine, or postgraduate diploma in business. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Right. So hope to see you soon here, Lohit. Thank you. Okay, how next question we have Tanveer Khanna, who says, how can we migrate to New Zealand? Sorry, Tarvinder. Okay, Tarvinder. Tarvinder, I think the best thing to do for you is to send your CVs, yours and your wife, to immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. That will be your first step. We will assess and suggest you the options to migrate to New Zealand and whatever is available. Okay. Right. So next question. Let's move on. There's quite a bit of comments coming in here. So we'll just okay. So looks like we've got one more comment. This is from my student Mithun. I'm sure some of you would recognize his name. He was coming online quite often. And constantly asking us about his visa, because there was quite a bit of delay with his visa, but finally he got it. Congratulations, Mithun. Yeah, and I know that you have come through this far after a lot of challenges, but we look forward to meeting you here. Okay, and do come and meet us here in Auckland, in Hamilton, if you are. I think you're going to Wellington or Christchurch. Sorry. So if you're going up to Christchurch, we'll definitely come down and see you soon. Okay. All the best and do well. You will be fine. You're going to Christchurch, and we've got a good network of students. So stay in touch with me and Virginia. We are there to guide you. Not to worry. Okay. All the best. Thanks, Mithun. Okay. Next question. CH Zadheed Mastuk, who says, applauded work you're doing, inspired. Oh, thank you very much, Zahid. Thank you very much. Appreciate your feedback. Okay, next question. Vishnu Vardhan Reddy says, how can I come to New Zealand? I'm a civil engineer having a year of experience. Okay, Vishnu, first of all, you've not mentioned if you are working with us. And if you're looking at pathways to come to New Zealand, the best thing to do is to send your CV to immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. We will assess and come back to you about this. Okay, so we will assess and suggest the pathways available for you. Okay. Next question. Nived Ranjan says, how long it takes to process a student visa application. Okay, at the moment, Nived, the processing timelines that INZ is following is about 4 to 5 months for a student visa application. However, there are certain courses, I think they are masters in IT and stuff like that, and university applications are processed faster, but there is no guarantee. You could be going to a university and you may be in the normal queue and not in the processed faster, but there's no, at the moment you just need to be prepared for 4 to 5 months of processing timeline. That's how long INZ has advised us right now, and they're hoping to bring it down soon, but at the moment that is the processing timeline. Even if you go up to the INZ website and check for processing timelines, this is what it will say, about 4 to 5 months. Okay, so please apply in advance. If you have family coming along with you, if you've got a spouse, if you're married, then please add additional time and take into account some additional time, otherwise you may not be able to travel together. Okay, so but Nived, I would recommend you to connect with us. I'm not sure if you are working with us at the moment. Okay, so please leave your details so that we can connect back with you. Thank you. Vishnu, you can go in and okay, so Vishnu says, what is the process to come on a job? Vishnu, we do not, at the moment we do not assist with jobs. However, if you're able to apply online, and if there is any employer who's willing to give you a job, then you could however, come into New Zealand by applying for a certain category of visas. But however, employers are not willing to give you a job offer letter for someone who's overseas, because there are a lot of verification checks and a lot of due diligence that is required to be done. But it is not available. If you're offshore, it's simply impractical for the employer to do any kind of verifications. However, if you belong to an area of skill shortage, there is a possibility that an employer will be willing to support you. Okay, so give it a shot. I think you mentioned above that you are a civil engineer. Yes, you said you're a civil engineer, right? So there is a possibility that an employer will offer you a job and say, hey, you know what, we need civil engineers. Why don't you come in? So go ahead and apply online. If you're able to find yourself an employer, you can come to us and get assistance for your work visa. There are lots of other options that you could look into. You could first send your CV for an assessment to see whether you qualify for any other categories of skilled migrant work visas. So you can send an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Okay, send us your CV, and if you're married, of your spouse as well, and then we will come back to you. Okay, right. Okay. How much? Okay, so the next question is Vijay Nayak, who says, how much amount take to study in MBA at New Zealand? Okay. Vijay, you will have to please leave your phone number. Okay. If you would like me to answer your questions, please leave your phone number so that I can come back and answer to you. Okay. Mavil Munish Mal says, can you email your address again? Yeah, Mavil, the my email address is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. If you'd like to, please send us your CVs for assessment. Okay. Further moving on. Okay, so we've got one more comment from Sunando. Hi, Sunando. Thanks for coming online and watching the session. Yes, I am aware that Payal got her AIP. Congratulations. In fact, I was in the loop of the emails, and the visa officer had emailed me Payal's AIP, and that's when I flicked it across. So congratulations, and hopefully your visas also should come through. We've applied in advance. We've applied in fact, taking the time consideration of how long partnership visas are taking. We have filed in advance, so hopefully yours and the little ones also should come through very, very soon. Okay, thank you. um we have some more people coming in, joining in. Okay, so we've got P.S. Sharma, who says, hi, Sharma, thanks for coming online. Sunando again comes here and comments saying, thanks to you and Ambali for all the guidance. No problem, we're happy to help, Sunando. Okay, so we've got Bibin Thomas. Hi, what is the procedure for work visa, dependent visa? Bibin, I know you've been in touch with me for the past few days, and I've explained to you about the challenges with your visa already. As I said, I have explained to you that living together in a strong and stable, living together in a stable and genuine partnership is very, very required for you to apply. And I won't be able to talk to you about the procedure because I know at this stage you're not qualifying. Okay. You will need to talk to me one on one if you need further information. But at this stage, as I explained to you, it is going to be quite challenging. We will need to discuss this on a personal level, and I will not be able to do this on this platform, Bipin. Okay. So please give me a call if you want to discuss this further. Okay. Thank you. Next question, Joe Shah says, worth VFX, studying VFX in New Zealand. Josha, can you please come back and mention your phone number? Okay, my team. Okay, Sai just tells me that Joe Shah is one of our students. Okay, so Joe, you were supposed to come back to our advisor Neha. You have not come back, so they're waiting for that. So Joe, yes, it is definitely worth studying VFX in New Zealand because the opportunities are great. VFX and motion graphic artists are required and on the long-term skill shortage list of New Zealand. I'm not sure how much you know about the industry over here. There is a lot of demand, and we have students who have passed out from these VFX programs and are working with Vera Digital and some other big companies here as well. So we have seen very, very high success stories, and in fact some of our students testimonials are also available of VFX and motion graphic graduates. So go ahead and look at our YouTube channel. You will be able to find this information. We are for anybody coming into the creative industries, which is 3D animation and VFX. Please, and gaming, which is the next big, which is game art at the moment. So please come with a lot of confidence in this country because um, and 3D is basically considered as a future growth area for New Zealand. Okay, the country is small, right? We are a small country available that is required to manufacture at a large scale. So we are focusing on industries which needs only few people to biotechnology. We have got IT, information technology, and the creative industries are in that future growth areas list, and we completely support. And also VFX, motion graphics, and 3D are in the long term skill shortage list of New Zealand. So please share your phone number, Joe. Looks like we've been trying to get your latest updated phone number. Can you please leave the mention on that, because I could actually connect you to one of our students who's graduated from VFX, provided you connect with us. Okay, leave me your number. I'll have Neha contact you tomorrow, and I will connect you to one of our graduates who's doing extremely well in that area of VFX. For that, you will have to leave your phone number. Okay, so you contact me, leave your phone number here, or inbox it to me, or give a call to Neha, leave a message for her so that she can call you back. Okay, we will certainly be able to refer you to someone who can give you some guidance on that. Okay. Right. Vivian, thanks for your number. I do have your number, and we can have a chat if you like. Please give me a call tomorrow between 10 and 4 p.m. New Zealand time so that we can talk. It'll be easy for me to have a chat on the phone if you give me a call. Okay. Thank you. Omar Tunkara says, hi. Thanks, Omar, for coming online. Janvi Jadhav says, hello, ma'am. How are you? I'm fine, Janvi. Thank you so much. Janvi is one of our students, I remember from our previous live sessions. Janvi says, I've received my offer letter. Thank you for AJV team, especially Miss Madhvi and Aniket. No problem. I'll pass on the message to them. Okay, thanks, Janvi. Hope you're having a good holiday today. Okay, next question. Banu Pandey, he says, hi, ma'am. Warm greetings. What's going on with Ara? Did they respond or still the same? Yes, Banu, you're one of our students as well. I'm aware of that. So we still don't have an update from Ara. That's what I remember last. And Arun's, in fact, Arun and myself, we're working to connect with Ara because we're here in New Zealand. We're trying to reach out to them, and we'll try and, because we are trying to connect to somebody very senior at Ara to try and resolve this. Unfortunately, this problem is purely because of the delays also happening on the visas. There are a lot of people who are getting deferred. The seats are very limited. It's a very organic problem. It is not something that ARA is creating for themselves. And no college would want to create problem and more work for themselves. Unfortunately, it is just a very it's like a dominoes effect, because there is a delay in one place, there is a delay, and then there is further movements because of that. I think it's only because of delays everywhere. There's a bit of confusion, but then they are trying their best to clear it out. They're trying their best to give offers out, Banu. So we are following up with them, and we will let you know the minute we hear back from them. The team will reach out to you. Okay, right. Thanks for your patience, and we will sort this out for you. Don't worry. Okay. Hey, Joe, thank you very much. I just see that you have given us your number. Brilliant. So Neha will connect with you tomorrow, and she will also connect. I will ensure that she gives you the contact of our New Zealand student who has done VFX and is doing extremely well here. So let her know that I've mentioned, and she will anyways connect with me as well and find out about that. So yeah, um, we will ensure that you get that right information before you take your decision. Okay, Joe, thanks a lot for sharing your number. Okay. Next question, Nidhi Shashidharan says, hello, I'm in touch with one of your associates for PG Diploma course in New Zealand. I'm getting married on September 15th and wish to bring my wife to be along with me in New Zealand. Please advise. Oh, okay. Gonna be recently married. It's gonna be challenging. I won't lie to you, Nidhin, that right now INZ is being very, very critical and careful about issuing visas for people who have been recently married. So if you're coming for a PG, first of all, if you're coming for a PG diploma, okay, Nithin, I'm not gonna answer this. Okay, Nithin, I'm sorry, I'll have to hold off from answering your question. I know that you're in touch with my associates, but I see that you have not shared your number with anybody. Okay, you will need to make the right course choice at this stage. I'm not very certain that you have, because or also because you're getting married. Okay, you will have to leave me your number, Nidin, for me to answer this question of yours. Also, you will have to connect with Catherine because you've been in touch with her. Okay, have a word with Catherine, and then I will also, if required, I will step in and also answer. You can also send me an email to immigration@ajvglobal.com with the same question but with your contact details. I need to also have a look at your profile and talk about a bit about your relationship as well, how long you've known your fiance and things like that. So send me an email to immigration@ajvglobal.com. I will certainly answer that question for you, because I'm not certain that you have made the right choice, of course. Okay. Have a word with us and we'll prepare that for you further. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Um, Next question we have is from Namita Singh. Namita says, hi, how is the scope for PG Diploma in Professional Accounting? Namita, I am not very sure if you are in touch with any of my team members in India, because I hear that you mentioned to one of my colleagues, Catherine, that you have dropped your plans. That was your last thing, last update from your conversation with her. Um, can you please reach out to her first and let us know what your plans are? Because honestly, I have a feeling you might be probably working with somebody else. And if you are, I think you just need to be honest with us. Okay. It won't be right for you to take the information from us but still work with somebody else. Okay. So if your plans have been postponed, that's great, but you need to tell us correctly about it and be honest about it. But if you've decided to work with somebody else, then we'd like to know why. Because with the kind of information, knowledge, and support we provide, I'm not really sure if there is some problem with the way you're being, dealt with and things like that. So, if there is an issue, Namita, and that's why you're not working with us, send me an email. Send it to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Yeah, we'd like to take some feedback, but if there is no problem and it is just something that is stopping you, please let us know. It is good for you to be honest. Okay. But if your plans have been postponed, it's even better you start the process now, because I have seen some people taking almost about a year to eventually get to New Zealand. So even if it's a year later, doesn't matter, you get started with the process with us. Okay. So Namita, reach out to Catherine, please, and then I think I will answer your question. I'm sorry, I'll have to hold off from answering that at the moment. I hope you understand why I'm doing that. Yeah. So come back to us and I'll be able to answer this question to you. Thank you. Next question we have Jaya Hari, who says, I've started my process through AJV, but IELTS is 5.5 only. I am looking for a course at level 9 MBA. Is there any option? Jaya Hari, thanks for your for coming online. I'm just checking what my team has to say about our conversations with you. Just give me a second, please. Hmm. Okay, so looks like my team member Aniket was trying to reach out to you. Jaya, you will need to speak to us if there is a problem, because it looks like there was no response when my team tried to reach out to you. If there is a problem, you need to discuss with us. There could be options. There could be something about your profile which we will be able to. I'm a bit surprised. You seem to have pretty decent English, because what you've typed out is clean and simple. So I'm thinking that probably you just got a little under pressure while doing your IELTS. Maybe you need to take PTE instead of IELTS. Maybe you can. So I am not sure why you're doing a level 9 program. Are you hoping your husband also comes along with you? If that's the case, then yes, you need to do a level 9 only, and you need 6.5. But if you're planning to come all by yourself, you could possibly even do a graduate diploma or a PG diploma, which will get you a 3 years post study work visa. Okay. So I would recommend you to please um, focus on your IELTS, number one. And if you're able to at least come to about 6, then possibly we could, try and get you an English language program along with it. However, it's not recommended because it's going to push up your cost by another $10,000 to $12,000. So I will not recommend that highly. However, that could be a possible option in case you're not able to meet your IELTS, even though you've attempted for a couple of times. Okay, so please stay in touch with my team, Jaya, and when Catherine connects to you, please speak to her, and she should be able to advise you alternate options. Okay, right. Okay, next question we've got is from Kisara Sagar, who says, "Hello, I was asked by one of the AJV agent to mail both mine and wife's resume. It has been like 2 weeks now, still haven't got any update. Also, have asked the details of courses related to culinary arts, didn't get any info on that. Could you please let us know which universities are good for culinary?" Okay, so Sagar, I will have a look at this. More than likely, the CVs are actually sent to me. So, um, I have responded to all the CVs, up to date, but I'm not really sure if we missed your CV or it probably didn't come to me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly have a look. Okay, maybe it didn't come through, so I'm going to check. It looks like you've been in touch with 3 or 4 different colleagues of mine. Um, you're interested in culinary arts, so okay. So we need to look at what possible options, because if you're looking at culinary arts, you will need to come at a level 4 and 5. And unfortunately, at level 4 and 5, you won't be able to bring your spouse along on a work visa. So we need to really see what you're interested in, Sagar. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at my email, okay, and come back to you on that. I will have a look and see if you qualify or not for a resident visa, and also suggest course options subsequently. Okay, don't worry, you will somehow get a response tonight from me. Okay, I will have a look and see where we are. Okay, thank you, Sagar. Mohammed Asam Mozumdar Sufia says, okay. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know if I missed any of your questions. I'm so sorry. Jaya, Aniket is your advisor. Yes, I have a note of that. So we will look into that. Aniket will look into that. Okay. Looks like okay. So yeah. I have the same notes from my team as well. Okay. So yeah, Aniket will reach out to you. Don't worry about it. We have quite a few people joining in again. Thank you guys for all coming in. Okay, so the next question is from Yagnik Raval, who says, I have 43 score in PT. Is it possible to study in New Zealand? Yagnik, I would request to please leave your phone number for me to answer that question of yours. That's the ground rule for this session. Okay, so please come back and edit that comment maybe with your phone number, or you can just add another comment. So please leave your phone number for me to answer for that question for you. Next question we have is Anjali Agarwal Sharma. She says, hey, is IELTS mandatory for partner work visa? I'm an AJV client. My advisor is Catherine. Anjali, just give me a quick second to check if my team has any information about you. Just give me a second, please. Anjali, can you also confirm what is your husband's name, please, so that we know that, okay, are you the student or your husband? You'll have to also confirm about that. So please come back and confirm whether you are the student or your husband is a student, and then my team will be able to quickly pick up, the last conversations we had with you, and then I can answer that. Right, Yagnik, thank you so much for sharing your number. Uh, 43 PT score. Let me quickly check. Approximately what IELTS? Okay, IELTS in, and also, yeah, course are you looking at? Okay, because I need to know what level, because even with 5.5 equivalent of PT score, you can come to New Zealand to study, but you need to know, you need to tell me what level of course you're looking at. Okay, so just quickly come back and tell me which level you're looking at. Okay. Okay, so if you've got 43, that means you've got an IELTS of about 5.5. Okay. Yagnik, can you please tell me what level you're looking at? Yeah, if you can come back and okay. Anjali, I just have an update from my team. Okay, so my team tells me that we are waiting for your offer letter. Okay, that's brilliant. IELTS is not required. I'm not sure if you got that impression from us, but IELTS is not required for partnership based work visa. IELTS is only required for the student. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. However, IELTS will be useful in the future once you come here and your husband finds himself a job. If he qualifies as a resident as a principal applicant for the resident visa, at that point in time it may be required. If he's not the principal applicant as well, we could claim points for his qualifications. So yeah, if he wants to take IELTS, let him do so. If his English is weak, let him start practicing. Okay, so if he's got a bachelor's qualification, it'll be helpful in the future. Okay, so yeah, it's not mandatory, however. Yeah, if that answers your question. Okay, Yagnik, you've got just a 5.5. So you will be eligible for a very, very low level of course. You'll be only eligible for a level 5. In fact, some of the level 5 programs also need you to have an IELTS of 6. So that won't be enough. You will need to prepare and do well with your IELTS, and only then um, you will be able to apply for a course for New Zealand. However, if you're willing to do an English language program, we could possibly, get you enrolled into an English certificate program, and then do a mainstream program. It could be possible if you're struggling to meet the English language requirement. So talk to us about it, Yagnik. When our team reaches out to you, please share this information. If you're taking your IELTS again, that's brilliant, no problem. But please do talk to us when we reach out to you. Thank you. Um, okay, Anjali, yes, I gathered your information. I think we've sorted your query. Anything else you need me to answer, let me know, Anjali. Okay? Thank you. Sophia Gurang, what do you guys assist service with? Sophia, we are an education and migration services company. We assist all migrants, young migrants to come to New Zealand through various pathways. Okay? Thank you. Muhammad Nimul Azad. I need your office address for that. May I contact you? Nimul, you can Google AJV Services Hamilton. You will find our address. It is 426 Victoria Street if you're based here in Hamilton in New Zealand. You can Google our office address and you'll be able to find that for you. Yeah. Mm, and even Google Maps will give you the address if you're based here. Okay. Hmm. Banu comes back and says, "Do we need to seek another option if, in case RR is not replying?" I think it'll be a good idea to create a backup. I think it is definitely a good idea, right? So why don't we I'm going to make a note of your name and your query to see if we have alternate options, because for some courses we do have alternate options, but for a lot of programs, specifically like quantity surveying, if that's what you're looking at from ARA, because a lot of our students are going for, the mechanical and civil programs to ARA. So if in case um, you're basically looking at these programs, we may not be able to find too many options, but we need to do whatever it is, we need to do it now. So have a word with my team tomorrow, and otherwise as well, we are doing our best and to try and see if we can, because we need to know now in case Ara is going to not give us a seat, or if they are full, we need to know as soon as possible. So we are on top of it. By next week we should be able to find out whether we will get a seat or not. Okay, so Banu, thanks for your patience, and we'll try to sort this out. Thank you. Nimul Azad comes back and he's given you a number, but Azad, I don't know if you're based here in New Zealand. It does not look like a New Zealand number. So give us a call in case you need any help with, or if you can come back and expand your number. What is the country code? I'm not very sure about that. Okay, Yagnik Raval comes back and says, I'm looking for performing arts course. At what level are you looking at, a level 5 or 7? If you already have a bachelor's degree, you should probably look at a level 7. And if you're just a 12th standard pass, Yagnik, then you're looking at a level 5 and above. So get in touch with my team. They will give you a call. And they will assist you further with that. Okay, so when my team reaches out, do discuss this with them. Anjali Agarwal says, she comes back and says, okay, he's a physiotherapist. Great. So if he is a graduate, then I think doing an IELTS is just as a backup. It'll be useful for him, because if he's going to come here and seek registration, that will also be helpful. Yeah. Okay. Nimul Azad says, I did LLB in 2013. Now I want to study in New Zealand. Please advise. Nimul, thanks a lot. My team will reach out to you. I'm not very sure if your number has the international code. Please edit the number if it's not. We are based in New Zealand, and we've got a team in India. So they will reach out to you tomorrow. Today they are off, so they will reach out to you tomorrow, and we can then discuss your options regarding your study. If you have done an LLB program, then you could probably look at something similar in the similar line, or you could look at something in business where you could do corporate law and things like that. So have a word with my team. Depending on your requirement, they will advise you the right course. Okay, thank you. Yagnik says, okay, can I leave a message on the page? Yes, please, you could do that. No problem. Okay. Next question. Sophia Gurung says, ma'am, does applying to Auckland decreases the visa possibility rather than a regional area? Okay, Sophia, my team tells me that you're not in touch with any of my team members. Okay. Why don't you leave your contact information for me to answer? This is a very interesting question that you've asked me, and there is a good answer for that. So if you can please come back and leave us your phone number, then I will be able to answer that question for you. Okay, so please leave me your phone number. I will be able to answer. Okay, we are down to a few minutes now before the session ends. So all those who are just watching and thinking about what to ask, please do ask now. Okay. Questions with your phone numbers. Right. I see there are some of them who jumping up and answering. Yeah, we've just got about under 6 minutes now to finish the session. Okay, so next question is from Hassan Safdar, who says, I'm a pharmacist working in Dubai. I have 8 years of experience. I want to move to New Zealand. Okay, Hassan, first of all, you have not left your phone number. Please do come back and leave a comment on that. However, what I would recommend in your scenario is for you to send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com with your CV and of your spouse if you're married. We will assess and come back to you. Please email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Okay, we will be able to assess and come back to you shortly. Thank you. Jitin Prasad says, ma'am, I'm an HAV client for Feb intake. When is the right time to apply for visa? Jitin, simple now. The earlier you apply, the better, because INZ is going to get busy. Again, it's going to be a cycle where applications are going to be poured in and are going to be pouring in from across the world, and you don't want to get stuck in that busy time. Okay, apply early, and get your visa done as soon as possible. So don't wait, don't think, okay, when is the deadline? Because I think there are a lot of people who wait for the deadlines. There's no point of waiting for the deadline, because there is no deadline. Because if you do not put the visa application in on time, it will automatically get deferred if suppose there are delays, because INZ does not look at your course date and process applications. They will simply applications in the order of applications, and some applications are do get picked up on other priority, depending on which university you're going to and things like that. Again, that is not in the immigration officer's hand. Okay, it happens automatically by the system. So you can't be sure. So just put your application in when you have the time. Do not delay. Okay. So go ahead and do that, Jitin. I mean, don't ask us when is the right time. Just do it immediately as soon as you get your fundings. Okay. Thank you very much. Next question. Okay, Hassan, you will have to definitely leave your information with us so that we'll be able to answer. Sophia, I still haven't got your number. Please come back and leave your details. Bharat Raghu says, hi ma'am, currently in Dubai working in banking 10 years. I heard NZ has less job opportunities. Okay. I'm a bit offended. But New Zealand's a small economy. I wouldn't say there are millions and millions of job openings available over here, but there are fair opportunities for migrants coming into the country, because I have seen people coming in from all sectors. From I have a client who's a glass operating technician. I've got salespeople. I've got marketing people. I've got banking. I've got accountants. We've got animators. We have got chefs. We have got people in different sectors who have come here and successfully have got a job and also applied for resident visa. Okay, so because New Zealand is a country who welcomes a lot of migrants, and the government also understands that they cannot welcome migrants if there are no job opportunities. Also, remember that New Zealand is a country with one of the least unemployment rates in the world. Okay, so considering all that, Raghu, I think you shouldn't be just believing what you hear say. Yeah, you just have to do your own research and then take a call as to whether New Zealand is the place you want to be. Yes, it's not a very big economy like Australia or the US or Canada or UK. We are a relatively smaller economy, but then we have enough jobs available for the number of immigrants coming in and the people who are already here. Okay, so I think you need to just take an informed decision and not just believe in what somebody says without any proper evidence, I would suggest. Okay. Okay, so we are almost coming to the end of the questions. Well, I have one more person who's just come in who says, Vasing says, I'm 32 years old, Indian living in Ukraine. My wife is Philippine citizen. Can I apply? Okay, sorry. Vasa Singh, I don't know what pathway you are looking at. If you're looking at a resident visa or a similar work pathway, then I would recommend you to send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajbglobal.com. So send in your information and we will assess and come back to you about that. Okay, so we'll assess and suggest you what options are available. You can certainly apply. It doesn't really matter where you are and what nationality you belong to. However, we need to just see what your profile is, what your qualification and your background is. So send us your CV to migrationadvisor@ajbglobal.com. Right, so to the end of all our questions, I'm just going to quickly give you guys all the contact information that you can reach us on. If you are based in India, you can call us on our toll-free number. Okay, if this is only for people who are based in India, it is 1-800-103-6525, 1-800-103-6525, and the email ID that you can reach us on for the India team, because we've got a team in India and we've got a team in New Zealand. So if you'd like to reach out, if you're closer to India and you want to speak to somebody in India, then you can send your email to info@ajbglobal.com. Mostly these are, we have a team of student advisors. We're also going to have licensed advisors getting their licenses soon. You can also then write to them about your immigration queries. But if you would like to contact us here in New Zealand, you can contact me and my team here in New Zealand. Then you can contact us on this is our phone number, that's +6422605261 and the email address is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. All you are who are based here in New Zealand, there is a toll-free number. It's absolutely free of cost to call us. There's a toll-free number here on shore as well, which is 0800 696977. It's 0800 696977. That is the New Zealand toll-free number, which basically translates to 0800 my NZPR, because that's what you guys are coming here for, right? So you're coming here for your resident visas and to live here indefinitely. So yeah, so we were lucky to get that number. Okay, so repeating the India toll-free number again, it's 1-800-103-6525. Right, so I think we're almost to the end of this session. I don't see any more questions unless, okay, but then I was reading, I think there was some more. Okay, Vasa Singh, you are sharing some more information about your profile. I think I won't be able to assess here online. So if you can just send me an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com, I'll be able to assess and come back to it. It's pretty late in the night at the moment here in New Zealand. I will get to work tomorrow and attend to all your questions. One of our other inquiries, Sagar as well, is waiting for an email possibly from me. Sagar, I'll look into that as well. But thank you so much, guys, for coming online. Thanks to everybody who have come in online today, being a holiday as well. Thanks for my team, Sai and Arun, for your support. Thanks a lot, guys, and hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. It's a holiday in India, so thanks a lot. And yeah, we'll catch you next week. Kakite, thank you very much. Good night.